Coming up on News 25 tonight, two of former President Trump's allies have been subpoenaed relating to claims about the 2020 election. Plus, there's a police shortage in America. We will take a look at how some departments are planning to fix this staffing issue. And President Biden awards 4 Vietnam veterans with the nation's highest military honor today. We will hear some of their stories from the war. All that and more on News 25 tonight.
You're watching WXXV News 25, your local choice.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on News 25. I'm Lori Buhring. Bloodshed interrupts a holiday parade this weekend in Highland Park, Illinois. It's just one of many shootings, large and small, happening nationwide as Americans gathered to celebrate the 4th of July weekend. Susan McGinnis has the latest from Capitol Hill.
A weekend of celebration replaced by gunfire, turning Highland Park, Illinois into another mass shooting site. A rooftop gunman firing into a parade, leaving 7 dead, dozens injured, and countless more asking why.
How did somebody become this angry, this hateful, to then take it out on innocent people who literally were just having a family day out?
Highland Park, the highest profile shooting amid a weekend filled with gun violence. 2 police officers shot in Philadelphia. In Indiana, 2 children and a man shot at a holiday cookout. In Arizona, 2 dead among 5 shot at a family gathering. Whether the death toll is small or large, the shootings keep mounting. More than 300 mass shootings identified just this year, approaching a record. The incidents so commonplace, Americans on edge. This is Orlando, where several were injured after fireworks reportedly mistaken for gunfire spread panic.
But we got a lot more work to do. We got to get this under control.
President Biden calling for more action days after signing new gun legislation.
I voted for it. It's going to save lives, but it still doesn't get to the root of this issue.
But few expect Congress to do more, leaving states taking action. 7 have raised the purchase age for assault rifles to 21. But Illinois, with some of the strictest gun laws in the U.S., including an assault weapons ban, still not enough to stop the Highland Park massacre.
Calls for justice are growing louder in the Emmett Till murder case from more than 60 years ago. Till's cousin says she and her family won't rest until justice is served. Patrice Clark has a story.
You see all the things that were done to his body, and you don't think that affects not only our family, but people.
Emmett Till's cousin, Priscilla Sterling, filled with emotion and tears as she talked about how the 14-year-old was beaten and killed in Money, Mississippi back in 1955 after Carolyn Bryant Dunham accused him of whistling at her. Her husband at the time, Roy Bryant, and his half-brother, J.W. Milam, were arrested and later acquitted in this case. Now, 67 years later, an unserved arrest warrant for Dunham was recently found in the basement of the LaFleur County Courthouse in Greenwood.
I was actually called to come and meet them that morning, and I had to work teacher and doing summer program, but they called here, they got here, Keith Beauchamp, my cousin Deborah Watts, and her daughter and son-in-law, had got here that morning, and it took them an hour and a half to find the warrant.
Till's cousin believes the discovery of this warrant serves as new evidence in this case. In fact, Sterling says her family wants the district attorney for the 4th Circuit Court District of Mississippi, Dwayne Richardson, to serve the warrant because they want Dunham, who is now in her 80s, arrested. She now lives in North Carolina. The family is also calling on the Justice Department to reopen this case. Last year, they officially closed the investigation into Till's murder.
You cannot ignore this. That's the reason why the warrant needs to be served. It'll help create change. And if this is what needed to do for us to change our mindset, our behaviors and attitudes in this society, then this would do it. This would do it. Execute the warrant. At least bring her to trial.
Today, a judge rejected the request by the Jackson Women's Health Organization to temporarily block the state law that would ban most abortions. That law is set to take effect on Thursday. It says abortion will be legal only if the pregnant woman's life is in danger or if a pregnancy is caused by a rape reported to law enforcement. The Jackson Women's Health Organization sought a temporary restraining order that would allow it to remain open, at least while the lawsuit remains in the court. The clinic's suit cited a 1998 Mississippi Supreme Court ruling that said the state constitution invokes a right to privacy that, quote, includes an implied right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. And here's meteorologist Rob Martin with a quick look at your weather. Hey, Rob, how's it looking out there?
Hey, Lori, all is quiet on the weather front, at least through the night. We had some rain again today. It wasn't heavy as yesterday. Let's take a look at the Silver Slipper, a nice serene shot. And that is the theme of the weather tonight. It's going to be pretty quiet out there, not a whole lot going on. Light winds. Temperature's not an issue. Poplarville, look at that, down to 74 degrees already. The entire map is sub 80. I haven't seen that in a while, but the temperatures aren't really going to drop a whole lot more. Haven't seen this in a while either. A radar echo free screen. That's not going to be the case tomorrow. The nearest activity is way up there near Tupelo and north of Birmingham, Alabama. So Escatawpa down to 76 degrees tonight. That 20% applies to around daybreak. We'll have the full forecast in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Rob. Waveland Mayor Mike Smith will not be seeking another term when his is up. He has been a public servant for nearly 40 years, serving 2 terms as the mayor of Waveland. Mayor Smith has been facing health issues since February, saying doctors recommended he not seek re-election. In a Facebook post, Mayor Smith said the decision was not an easy one to make, and he truly loves the city and all of the residents. He thanked the residents for showing support and kindness to him and his family, as well as thanking the Board of Aldermen and employees of the city. In closing, he wished nothing but the best for the residents of Waveland. The Harrison County Board of Supervisors are standing pat on a decision made in June to replace a member of the Coastal Mississippi Tourism Commission. Last month, the board took up the issue of Brooke Schultz's appointment to the board. She had been voted in as president, pending her reappointment to the commission. Her term ended Friday. Gulf Coast Business Council President and CEO Ashley Edwards sent a letter to the board voicing concerns about the set to and the decision to not reappoint Schultz. Supervisor Rebecca Powers called for a motion to remove Thomas Sherman, who was voted in last month, and to reinstate Schultz. The motion failed to get a second and died. Supervisors also asked the board attorney to get an AG's opinion on language regarding appointment of at-large committee members. The Hancock County Port will have a new man in charge next year, with the news that Bill Cotter is stepping down as CEO. Cotter, who has been at the helm for 23 years, submitted his resignation effective the end of the year. The Port and Harbor Commission accepted Cotter's retirement and recommended current COO Blaine LaFontaine as the next CEO beginning January 1st, 2023. The Hancock County Board of Supervisors voted today to accept the recommendation. Cotter said that after a lifelong career in aviation and economic development, it was time to refocus his energy. He said he and his wife plan to spend more time with family in their retirement. LaFontaine said he and Cotter will work together over the coming months to ensure a seamless transition. July 5th is a busy day for city and county workers having to clear off litter from our beaches and roadways. Here's a look at last night's 4th of July celebration on Front Beach in Ocean Springs, where fireworks were illuminating the night sky. The beach was filled with spectators enjoying the show, but now there's only remnants left behind of the celebration, and now it's time for cleanup. The City of Discovery's public works crews were collecting the litter this morning. The cleanup will take days, especially with the rainy conditions.
Maybe by Thursday or Friday. It was a little rough. I knew the rain was coming though, but we got to it. We're in the middle of it now though.
Here's a look at the beach in Gulfport from earlier this morning. Crews with Harrison County also had an early start to their day and will be working through the week beautifying our beaches. This weekend, community members have the opportunity to get a good workout in while also hanging out with the men and women in blue. Gulfport Police Department and Bandit CrossFit are coming together for PT with Gulfport PD at Jones Park. 5-Star Nutrition will also be there providing supplements and support. This event is open to anyone who wants to get an early morning workout and get to know the officers who work in our community. There will also be a live DJ to make sure the energy levels stay high.
So it's just another way for us to do community outreach. We're very big into community outreach, and we try to think outside the box just to keep things interesting.
We like to use this as an opportunity to let the community know we take our officers' physical health seriously, and this is a job where that's required. So it gives us an opportunity to show them that, while also saying we want you guys to be healthy. We want you guys to have that opportunity as well, to come out and join us and get a good workout in.
PT with Gulfport PED will take place Saturday, July 9th from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. at Jones Park. The Historical Society of Gulfport gets the approval to continue to preserve and celebrate the history of the city. In Gulfport City Hall meeting today, a unanimous decision approves the renewal agreement between the city and the Historical Society for 3 more years. This renewal allows a continuation to operate the museum in the old train depot and also increases operation space. The Historical Society looks forward to more displays, activities for children, community activities, and opportunities to tell and celebrate Gulfport's history.
Well, not only are we expanding the term, we're expanding the space. It'll give us a lot more opportunity to serve the Mississippi Gulf Coast and Gulfport and tell everybody about our history. I really want to thank the mayor and the city council and everybody who supported us these last, actually 10 years now.
The Historical Society is hosting Gulfport's 124th anniversary and the opening of a photography exhibit from the Alex North Collection on July 23rd. For information, visit their Facebook page. The band Chapel Heart stopped by News 25 today to talk about their country music journey and their preparations for America's Got Talent auditions. News 25's Janae Jordan sits down with the group.
The Poplarville natives started their music journey in 2018, consisting of sisters Danica Hart, Devin Hart, and their cousin, Tree Swindle. After brainstorming, the country music trio came up with the name Chapel Heart, taking their name from a church in their hometown.
So we decided to kind of like take our show on the road. We started singing in New Orleans, did a lot of Nashville, and then kind of branched out to all over the world after that.
The group grew up listening to country music and loved the art of storytelling. Their songs embody country music with a soulful undertone of gospel.
Literally, country music was just always around us. And so when we found that, you know, we all really like the storytelling of country music. And so it's what spoke to us the most.
The journey in country music hasn't been easy, but these ladies have found a way to gift wrap their Mississippi roots and Louisiana spunk and share it with listeners not only in South Mississippi, but around the world.
The thing that I think that we're finding out is when you are your most authentic self, then I think that's what shines through.
The group already has a huge following, tours on the regular, and has released 2 studio albums. Now, the ladies are ready to tug on the heartstrings of viewers watching America's Got Talent.
I think we're also preparing for AGT, where like we're just, I guess it's hard trying to figure out kind of what do we want to sing, what are we gonna sing, and so I think that we're gonna try to go for original music. And so, you know, I think that if you can present your music to America and they go, wow, we love it, then, or wow, we hate it, it's a true indication. It's a true indication of what kind of music you have.
The trio will appear on America's Got Talent on July 12th. Janae Jordan, News 25.
And you can catch the trio this Saturday, July 9th, starting at 5 p.m. at the Whiskey Bar in Pass Christian. Well, before we go to break, WXXV has launched a new local award competition, the WXXV Viewers' Choice Awards. We're asking the public to nominate their favorites in over 200 categories, from local restaurant fare to events and services. The nominations period is open now through July 31st. Just visit WXXV25.com or open up the WXXV News 25 app on your phone and click the contest tab. You can nominate a business once per day in each category. Only the top nominated businesses will move on to the final voting round. If you think we may have missed a category you'd like to see voted on, please send your suggestion to promotions@WXXV25.com and we may add it in. Voting in the WXXV Viewers' Choice Awards will begin this August to determine the best of South Mississippi. A few examples of categories include Best Food Truck, Best Nonprofit, Best Downtown, Best Veteran-Owned Business, Best Local Pool, and Best Place to Work. When we come back, Rob will have a full look at the weather, plus a local backpack drive is underway in Gulfport as the Seabees work to get school supplies donated to one elementary school.